What's this? Whitney Webb is stopping Brian Harvey from outing the London counterintelligence. He got took by police and filmed. He put it on YouTube. I don't know. I don't keep up with anyone. I don't even look at Whitney Webb. But I appreciate if you do. The reason being is this. She has a large following and came from an interesting background, particularly Mint Press News, which is a US intelligence outfit. Mint Press News is a US intelligence outfit connected with John Kerry. So when you have Mint Press News there and she she doesn't work. She got in contact and said, you know very well I don't work with Mint Press News. Then why on her Patreon does it have employee of Mint Press News? I don't care. You got a job at Mint Press News, a US intelligence outlet. Your daddy's a corporate lawyer in Sarasota, Florida, which is the home of many, well, to be honest, just about everywhere in the US is a home of an intelligence community. But it's a pretty heavy intelligence community in Sarasota, Florida. He's a big corporate lawyer, and I mean big. We're talking $250 million deals he handles at a time. Huge property. And a lot of that is drug money, as you know, particularly in Florida. He looks like John Kerry. He could be John Kerry's brother. That's Whitney Webb's father, Richard Webb IV. And you're in Mint Press News, and there's strong intelligence links between John Kerry, Skull and Bones, and that's maybe why Fred Smith's nephew, Joseph Davies, had turned up and introduced me to all those people. Do you think that's possible? So they're all cliche leftist operators playing quasi-conservative, if we haven't noticed. What you need to get in, Rick Wiles of True News. He's got Milo Yiannopoulos on now. How ridiculous does it have to? He's got COVID. Pray for me. Send me a 250 grand so I can build a bigger studio, make more money. He's just another Alex Jones capturing another market. All right, I had high hopes for them. I had high hopes for Whitney Webb. I had high hopes for Jeremy Rothschild and Greg McCann. They fucked me, every one of them. What do you want me to say? So, and they fucked the issue. You've got to hammer home the issue, and that's why we're going to go over Intel again and the new revelations to do with Intel, and then we want the broader picture, so that you will at least begin to understand and be able to think for yourself about these personalities you see coming out of the woodwork, that the enemy has got to capture markets. Well, how do I capture a market? You say I want to infiltrate the bikie movement. Well, I have to look like a bikie, so I'll have a beard and I might have longish hair at the back, maybe. I'll wear a jacket, I'll have a Harley, or maybe they're optional these days with the private school kids who are all becoming bikies with their silk shirts and whatnot, but anyway. But do you understand? So I have to look the part. It's like, the feds infiltrate a bikie club, and in fact they run most of them, and then you're all shocked, but he had a beard, but he rode a Harley. I don't understand. What you don't understand, do you mean to say Whitney Webb and Rick Wiles, they didn't hammer home the point over and over? They didn't hammer it home so you understood how important critical infrastructure was. They went with the clicks of COVID. So I don't even talk about COVID. Why do I even fucking care? There's 5 million websites doing COVID. It's the biggest distraction out there, with good reason. We're not talking about Israel, the specifics of Israel and the specifics of the problem. If we cannot address the problem and the narrative correctly, we will never be able to even begin to dream about fixing it. And that's the role of the Whitney Webbs and the Rick Wiles. You might say, it's not about them being disappeared from the face of the earth. It's about realizing what you're watching. It's like when I watch Tucker Carlson, as I do frequently, I enjoy his segments. All right. I enjoy some of the Fox News. I rarely watch, I used to watch CNN and that now just for entertainment. I can't even watch them anymore. It's just such drivel. But I watch Tucker Carlson, but I don't know who Tucker Carlson is. I would never call Tucker Carlson a dissident or a spoiler. He's part of the system. He's part of the dialectic. And that's fine, but I still watch him. I don't hate him. But when I watch Whitney Webb be pushed as this dissident, you go girl, by this menage de trois, this camp-following circus running around, pushing her along. She is an intelligence asset. She doesn't she signs on the dotted line. I am an intelligence asset. You just get handled. You've got to watch the CIA culture war on that, and I'll do a video on it, where they were running magazines, they were running books, they were running art, they were running the culture. It's like now, music. What do you think you got now? Country music was notorious. But the pop culture now, look at Alan Walker with his pure Masonic symbolism. Look at Marcus Brownlee with 14 million subscribers. The tech guy does all the phones, wearing his big Illuminati t-shirt now. Linus Tech Tips, what's he got? 15 million subscribers. Biggest tech channels on YouTube. He's building a big Masonic pyramid thing. It's everywhere now in the pop culture. You don't think Whitney Webb's part of that? You don't think Rick Wiles is part of that when you can travel to Davos with 3 people and all your equipment? Do you know how much that costs? When you travel to South Korea, look what we've done with a few $1,000s. Rick Wiles does nothing but beg for money to build his studio and capture the market that Alex Jones can't capture. because he has to lie. So they bring in Rick Wiles. He captures that segment of the market, but never takes it the whole way. Rosa Quire, the lady who took on the communitarian stuff and the UN globalist agenda. What an excellent speaker she was. Dyes her hair white like all the handled Masonic network players, you know, mind control people. Is an excellent speaker. Better than Nikki Rapana. And Nikki Rapana ends up getting stalked and harassed. She's booted offline. She's stalked and harassed. She exposes Israel military intelligence, and Amitai Etzioni, Werner Falk. She exposes all that. And what does Rosa Quire say? Oh, it's the globalist UN agenda. It's the World Economic Forum. No mention of Israel, no mention of Amitai Etzioni and communitarianism, and focusing on his Israeli military intelligence options. That's what they do. If I didn't have the skills I have, you would not be watching me online. You would not, I wouldn't be online. I'm only online because I have some basic IT skills and software you cannot even buy anymore. You cannot even buy my software firewall.
Shades never fit low stereo, so it passer for self,